Painful memory of how the late Kolade Johnson was shot by a now dismissed SAS officer last year was relieved at the Lagos State Panel of Inquiry and Restitution for victims of related abuses on Tuesday. The panel also heard that his mother's health has suffered due to the shock from the incident. Further hearing has now been slated for the 22nd of January 2021. Kolade reports.
Many are familiar with the 2019 fatal police shooting of father of one, Kolade Johnson, but the moments to his death remain chilling. Nana Samuel says the deceased was a neighbor at their neighborhood in Mangoro, and like a younger brother to him, he recounts how both of them and others went to a nearby eatery to watch a football match. He says at a point, a lady rushed in shouting that kidnappers were operating. They ran out and found one Ismail being beaten up by men in mufti who came in the commercial bus. He says they didn't get a response from the men when they asked what the issue was, and a man alighted from the bus wearing a black polo with SAS inscripted at the back of the shirt. He raised his rifle and shot in the air, causing everyone to run.
And the next thing that we had was another gunshot and a third one, which entered Kolade down right at this junction.
Nana adds that Kolade, who once lived in South Africa, was confirmed dead at a hospital and that his family and friends are still in trauma. The witness says the erring officer, whose name is Ogunyemi Olayinka, has now been dismissed from the police force and is facing a murder charge at the Lagos State High Court. Another petitioner, David Komolafe, was called up for the first time, and the panel assured that it would grant him audience like every other person in his bid to get compensation from the police, in which a competent court had already established liability.
We'll hear him. We cannot single out this one and say, no, we will not hear. There are quite a number of them like that. It would make the work of the panel easier, because all we have to do then is make recommendations as to the enforcement procedures set out in the laws and how effective they've been. That's all we'll be looking into.
The panel adjourns and rises from its last sitting for the year. 15 new cases were listed to be heard today, the longest number of matters before the panel since it started sitting in late October. Only that of the late Kolade Johnson, who was shot by a SAS officer in 2019, was heard in full, with all matters adjourned to January. Now, out of about 230 petitions now before this panel, only 2 have been reserved for the panel to deliver its decision. The panel promises more work in the coming year. Kolade, TVC News.